Hey everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek. How is everybody? Right now, I'm going to do a horse. A horse. I haven't done a horse in a couple years. It's been a long time. So I'm going to do a horse with using some striped fabric mesh, black. So I'm going to be doing the body in the striped fabric mesh, and I'm going to be using doing the mane in this beautiful faux fur that you can get at any of your hobby stores. They're all over the place now, these faux fur yarns. So I'm going to be using this for the mane, and we're going to be decorating the mane, and we're doing the harness and everything on part 2. Okay. Hello, hello. Say hello when you come in. Hello, hello, hello. So, like I said, I'm going to do it in 2 parts. Right now, we're going to do part 1. It's quite easy, actually, using the mesh. Now, this technique, you have to use a good quality mesh. You can't use like a value mesh. You need to use like a good snowdrift mesh, a fabric mesh, something with good coverage. Or if you have a thinner 21-inch mesh, you could probably use that, okay? But I wouldn't use anything thin with this method for doing the body because you need the coverage. So you're going to see how fast I do the actual body. So I am going to go down to the board. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. So I'm going to go down to the board and we're going to get this started. And you have to forgive me. Like I said, I haven't done a horse in a long time. So I've seen all these Christmas horses. Mine is, I like to do things quite basic because we have so many new people. So I like to do it not too fancy, but you know, if there's keeners out there, they can add all kinds of stuff to their design should they wish. Alrighty, you're jealous of my shirt? Oh, my Mickey Christmas. Okay, let's get started. Get my soda water in. All right, so I am on row 1 at the bottom of the horse, and I'm doing every other. Okay, so this is the back side. Every other on row 1 till I get to here, and then I'm doing the edge still. And then I'm going to swing around and we're going to do this one, and then every other, swing around and come back, and that's what we're going to do until we get up to the top, and then I'll preload the top once we do the bottom of the horse. Okay, so this technique is pretty easy, and like I said, you need to have use a good mesh. Fabric mesh is really good for this technique. It's high coverage, okay, because we don't want to see the boards. Now I'm going to use these. I was thinking about maybe using the black zip ties, but a lot of people don't have black zip ties, and you may want to make a black horse. So I'm going to do the white clear zip ties to see if you do end up seeing the zip ties. I don't think you will, but I'd rather my bad than your bad. Okay, so we'll be able to tell in the end if you can see them. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is open my fabric mesh, and I'm just going to scrunch up the end. Hello, hello, everybody. So, like, I'm going to do in 2 parts. Part 1 is right now because at 6 o'clock we have one of our VIPers who is amazing, Carrie Marie from Mountain Gal Creations. She is doing her first live tonight, so I want to make sure I am there for her live. Okay, so I am going to take my measure buddy. I'm not opening it, so it's 8 inches. If you don't have a measure buddy, cut a piece of cardboard or something at 7 or 8 inches. You can do either. If you're short on mesh or you want to save on mesh, you can use 7 inches. Okay, I'm going to use 8 inches, and what I'm going to do is stick my measure buddy right into where I anchored my mesh. Okay. Pull it out. And now I'm going to take my hand, pull it in, and where I just scrunched that mesh, I'm going to do the zip tie up. Okay. And once we get all this in, we'll open up our poofs. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of keep them closed. Now, right now you see the zip ties on the side. Once I put the main on, you're not going to see any of these zip ties. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay. We are just going to do the body. And this is just a quick way if you want to do a horse with just with mesh. And we're just doing 8-inch poofs. Like I said, you can even do 7-inch. Oh, no, I can't wait to see Carrie's design too. I'm super excited for her. She's been working hard, and we love to support. So I want to be there. Okay, so I've got to the end here. I'm still going to make another poof. Now I have 3 rolls of fabric mesh here. I don't think it's going to use that many. So because I haven't done this in a long time, I don't know actually how many it's going to use. So I got Mitchell to bring me home 3 just in case. So now what I'm going to do is we got that row done. Let's snip off the tails. So you can use your zip tie gun. I haven't used my zip tie gun in forever. I don't even know where it is. I'm just going to cut them off with my little nippers here. You changed your original plan? That's okay. We got you, girl. All right, I'm going to go back where I've loaded row 2 and do the exact same thing. Now you want to make sure you're consistent with that's why you want to keep measuring the same. You want to have your poofs the same measurement. Now for this one, I'm going to come around and the poof is going to kind of go out towards the outside. Okay, just like that. And again, we're going to go across. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday night. Hope it's not been such a crazy day like mine. My God, life needs to calm down, I'm telling you. So, and fabric mesh is actually really nice to work with. Like I said, it gives you great coverage. The color saturation, once we open this up, it'll be such a nice full black. So it's if you want to do poofs like this for a horse, fabric mesh really is a good one to use. All right. I should have this on my mesh holder. So that's all we're going to do we're just going to keep making loops. Now I've come to the end of this row. We'll snip these off. I think we'll be okay with the clear zip ties. Once we open everything up, it'll get really full, and I really don't think we're going to see it. Yes, you can use snowball mesh. Make it the snow drift. I wouldn't use a white like foil mesh or anything unless it is a deluxe foil, because it's just still too thin. Unless you want to paint your board. If you want to paint your board white, then go right ahead. Get some Tremclad spray paint and give it one coat, and then do white Deco mesh. You should be fine. But I don't want to chance it when I'm teaching, so I'm going to show you guys what I would recommend. I'm addicted to this sparkling water stuff. All right, here we go. We're going to go around this way and go back. Okay, pull it right out. And now, don't really have to. Let's save some mesh because this these holes right here, you'll see when you get your horse board, there's a hole and you'll see a line. These are for the mane to go to the outside of the board. So we really don't need to make a poof out here like we do here, because this is the obviously the chest of the horse. So let's just swing this around and save some mesh, and then just zip tie it into place like right here. Oh, maybe we do need it. No, I think the mane will cover it. Trial and error, my friends, trial and error. Oh, maybe I do need it. Anyways, let's just keep going. I'll figure it out at the end. So, yeah, let's check at the end how good the coverage is with this black. This is the first time I've actually done the poof method with Deco mesh like this, okay? So, it may be a fail. I don't know. But I wanted to give you guys a quick way to do a horse without cutting out small pieces and stuff. Okay, we got one more here. So again, you just want to make sure that all your poofs are the same height. Alrighty, we're done that row. This over here, we'll have to see. We'll get some coverage. If not, I'll have to put a poof in there. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to do a beautiful mane with this. Look, I just love this yarn. Can you guys see this yarn? It's like, it feels like fur. There's all different kinds in the craft stores, guys. All right, we're going back this way. Back. You guys are quiet tonight. What's going on? Oh, I forgot to put a zip tie in there. So if you ever do the horse, you will see that there is lines between each hole, so you can tell which holes belong to where. I may have to go. No, I guess that'll open. Once we open it all up, it'll be pretty full, I think. Now, my inspiration, and if you follow and watch me all the time, I'm like obsessed with Yellowstone right now. And you guys haven't seen me do a horse for a long time. And God, I'm just in love with horses right now at the moment. They're so beautiful. So, good time to make a horse. My trip to Chicago was actually business, so it wasn't so much fun. Like, you know, Dave and I spent the one night downtown Chicago at the lights, and the rest was business. Wah, wah, wah. It was a very tiring trip. We were shopping to fill the warehouse. And boy, did we shop, you guys. We shopped. We have, you Canadians, all the Canadians watching, and Americans, because we do both countries, you are going to be so super happy with fall, winter of 2022. They are very well trained. They are so, yeah. Kevin Costner. You're in love with Rip? He's just a bad boy. I asked Dave to put a black jacket and a black cowboy hat on for me. He wasn't having it, though. You sold all 4? Awesome! Good job. Now, this is just a quick way to do a horse. A little less inexpensive. Like, there's been a lot of people doing the picks and everything, which are absolutely stunning. But they're costly, right? And if you can recoup it, then make them. If not, this is another easy way. So I'm just going to come around again. We'll see. I might just have to do loops like this and then put the yarn on. We'll see. So far I've only used a half a roll of mesh, so we're looking pretty good. Right? Oh, I know. I like the bad boys. That's why I like Kid Rock and all the bad boys. Jax from Sons of Anarchy. All right, we're going back down. Now you could do little poofs, little 6-inch poofs, and use every zip tie. And that would work as well. So I recommend, if you have thinner mesh, use smaller poofs so the poofs are more dense. Does that make sense? They're closer to the board and they'll give you more coverage if the poofs are a little bit smaller. So if you do every hole, little 6-inch poofs and have thinner mesh, it will work. Yeah, I love Jax too. Although I love my bad boy who's upstairs. Well, he's not really a bad boy. He got tattoos and everything though. Alrighty. We are going back on the last row of the body. Look at that. It's only 5:24. I did that in like 10 minutes. So I get to have another sip. I do want to make a tulle unicorn. So once my tulle all comes in, I will be doing a tulle unicorn. Now, I was going to do mesh and tulle, and if you've ever worked with mesh and tulle at the same time, they're not friends, and they hate each other, and they stick to each other. So it's pretty hectic for the person making it. So I'm going to keep to just tulle and just mesh. What's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Liz. How are you? Oh, watching from your job. Liz, don't get in trouble. We don't want you getting in trouble at your new job. Now, I got to make sure we're done that row. So I have to make sure when I do my zip ties on here that the zip tie ends here, that I turn and make a poof to go into here. So down and up, and we're preloading the board with the zip ties open. Getting ready to watch Carrie. Yes, we're so excited for our little Carrie. And if you're just watching and you're not in the VIP group, we try and help our VIP members by, they go live in our group, and our little family of 400 cheers them on. That's if they want to go live. So we do that in the group, and then once they're ready and they feel that they're ready, they will go live on their page. And of course, like a family, we are there to cheer them on. And then if they want, they can even go further and go live on mine or Michelle's page. So it's pretty cool, and we try and help get more followers for each of them. So that's the Can-Am VIP. So I'm still doing every other here. Not sure. Okay, let's get it started. Let's get it started and see how this is going to go. Because this is going to be interesting. No, I don't want, because we're going to have the mane going down. Let's get that zip tied in right there. I may do poofs going down here, but if I use enough of this yarn for the mane, oh, look how pretty that's going to look. I may get away with not doing poofs. Hello, everybody. Just joining. We are making a Yellowstone horse. No. We are making the horse body right now. And so far, guys, I'm still on one roll of mesh. Not bad, eh? Hello from Utah. Love me some Housewives of Salt Lake. Okay, here's where I was wondering about. We want to make sure we have the snout rounded. So I'm going to come back this way. Yes, Mountain Gal Creations. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if we can get this to work. Like I said, I'd rather screw up, figure it out, than you guys screw up and save you guys some frustration and mesh. The horse boards, you can be purchased at uniqueinthecreek.com. And we also have other other dealers, affiliate dealers that sell them as well. I just don't know who's got what in stock right now. So you can try Craft Outlet. Craft Outlet might have horses still in stock. Trendy Tree, Deco Exchange. Who else sells them? Come on, Ranch House Wreaths. Kuther Crafts. There's a bunch. Waterman's Loft. Although he hasn't ordered in a while, so I don't know what he's got left. Why are you glad I'm making a horse? Jamie? Yes, we do have lots of fun. I don't know if this horse is going to turn out, but we'll see. Oh, crap. I have to open a new roll. So if I did my poofs at 7 inches instead of 8, I could have probably filled this whole horse in with one roll of mesh. Darn. Oh, well. There you guys. You guys know that now. What am I doing? Seven inches, you probably only need one roll. That's if it turns out. So again, I'm just coming around. Zip there and zipping that in. No, they don't always turn out, Jean. I know you're my #1 fan, but they don't always turn out. That's okay, though. Because I like people to, even our stuff doesn't turn out. But like I said, I would rather mine not turn out than one of yours not turn out. Just save you guys. But Just by looking at it, I think I'm on the right track. I think we're going to be okay. You'll have to tune in after Carrie Marie's live because I'll finish it after her live. Oh, look. Look, guys. Oh, that's okay. Do your poofs at 7 inches. Okay? Save you some mesh. So I am going to go in here. You'll see that there's a line. And then there's also, I'm going in here as well. So right down and up. Okay. Finish off this roll. Why would it cost you $60 for a roll of mesh, Evie? So I think we're okay even with the clear zip ties and the black. Shipping, shipping from where? All right, so here's the thing. I have to open a new roll. Evie, we are in Canada, doll. You don't pay $60 if you order from us. Oh, don't order your horse board from Craft Outlet. Just order from us. We're in Canada. Okay, so how should I'm probably going to put another zip tie over this. Yeah. And that's where I finished off. Again, if you're going to do something like this, try 7-inch. So you're not having to open a whole new. You do. It doesn't cost you $60 from us. Okay. All that for one poof. You buy from me all the time? Well, thank you, baby. Wait till you see all the stuff we have coming. And I think I'm going to make, just because I have a lot of mesh, I think I'm going to make I'm going to use this hole to the outside of the board and make a poof. Oh, my daughter phoning. Hey, that filled in pretty good. Oh, you know where I'm going to end it? I'm going to put another zip tie over, and I'm going to end it right here. Well, as long as your customer doesn't see the mechanics of what you're doing, if you need to fill up space, fill up space. There we go. Perfect. So I just went right over top. And I'm going to cut it off here. Oh, that's going to work nicely. Hello, Lisa Peterson. Okay, once I open all this up, it's going to all fill in. Okay, now I'm going to start over here. We got this last row of row 10, and then we got to make the ear. So I am going to go down and up on row 10, and I'm just going to start a single row right there. And then I think it worked out splendidly. we got right here to right here. Okay, so I'm going to take the end of my roll. And the main does start right here. So there's the first hole for the main. You're not late, Linda. You're good. Just going to straighten that off. Yes, we have more mesh and everything coming. Hopefully everybody knows we are moving our warehouse to a much, much, much bigger warehouse. So we had to fill it up. Getting tight in there. And last one. So we have done the body and the head. Get all these zip ties cut, the tails. Once we open it all up, let's cut this off the mesh roll. Actually, I think I'm going to do one more poof. One more poof right from here to the outside, because I'm going to have a little bang there. I don't know what the... Dre tells me the word all the time and I forget. The little tuft of hair that's in the front. I call it the bang. Well, the only ends I have basically are these, and the end I did over here, it just blends right in. So you really don't see the ends of the mesh. And if you only use one roll, so like if you did 7-inch poofs, like I said, you only have to use one roll of mesh. So if you only have to use one roll of mesh, get a good quality roll of mesh. Okay. So then what you're going to do is we're going to take and start opening these poofs. Now I'm not going to open fully. What I'm going to do, because there's going to be a lot, it's going to get really tight in here. I'm going to open them partial way. So the sides are still a little bit inside the poof. And that way it's almost like half. So it's not as see-through either. I'm putting them up, and I'm trying to just do half open so that, like I said, the edges are still inside. And once you are opening them, you're going to put them in between each of the poof. So it becomes pretty full. And then we'll start moving it down as it gets fuller here. But I'm going to make the ear right now before I end part 2, because this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to keep opening our poofs up and moving them around. It's going to look really, really pretty. Really pretty. I'm wondering if I should do from here to the outside of the board as a poof. Maybe. Let's make an ear. So all this I can tell already is going to be nice and full. We're going to have good coverage. I'm not going to have to worry about seeing the board or anything, because it's pretty tight up here at the top. The only one I'm worried about is the bottom row, because they're a little farther spaced apart because they are the widest part of the horse here. What I think I'm going to do is just quickly add, no, there's not a picture of a completed one. This is the first time I've done this. I'm going to add a poof from the bottom hole on row 1 to the outside of the board. And that should take care of that. And that will push this up and give it more density. See how when I push it up, it's a lot more dark. Again, we're just going to skip holes. Let me turn this around and get this done really quick. So I'm trying to angle it so you guys can see. So I can cut this off the roll. There, perfect. All right, so I'm going to open all these up. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm just going to go, while I'm watching Carrie, I'm going to open them up. Let's make an ear. That's pretty black. Okay, I'm going to cut a 10 by 10. Actually, this is 10.5 inch. Let's cut 10.5 by 10.5. Where's the rotary cutter? I don't even have one out here. Wonderful. That's okay. We're going to cut it with scissors. So I'm going to cut this piece. Have it 10. Just 20.5. So I just want to make a square. Okay, and this is going to be for the ear. What I'm going to do is you're going to have another zip tie ready. You're going to take your mesh that you just cut, and we are going to bring it down. So the top corner meets the bottom corner. We're going to take the right corner right here, bring it over, bring it straight down. Then you're going to take this one, the left side, my left, bring it down just like that. Okay, and you're going to scrunch it right here. And you got this pointy looking petal. We call it the Gerber petal. I'm going to put a zip tie at the bottom of this. And I'm going to do it tight, but not too tight that I can't slide this zip tie I just put into it. So what I'm going to do is, where's my wire cutters? I'm going to take this zip tie that I put in the board. I'm going to put it in behind. And then do it up like that. Now pull this really tight, and then you can cut this off. Okay, and then this tail part, you don't need to cut it off. We'll just tuck it in here. And then we're going to pull this one tight. Oh, I think I did this wrong. I have to do it from the back side. Hold on. Rewind. Just going to slide this in through the back here. Like that. Then I'm going to take these two, put them through the hole, and do it up through the back side. Now we will add some glue to this once we get going with the mane and everything. I think I made his ear a little bit too big. No, maybe not. Once I pull it tight. I'm pulling it as tight as I can get it. Okay, and then popping that zip tie head into the hole. And we're going to use some glue afterwards. Open this up. And then the main starts right there, so that will be covered. All right, so we have an ear. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do some loops. Actually, I think my ear is a little bit too big. Let's do that again. Yes, I have the folded edge facing the back. I don't want it to look like a petal. I'm going to make the ear a little smaller, which I just scrunch up closer to the top to make it a little smaller. There, that's better. And like I said, we'll get a little bit of glue later to give us a hand with coverage and putting the ear in the correct spot. But at least it's going to be attached to the board. All right, Carrie Marie's on in 5 minutes. So if you guys wouldn't mind, let's go cheer her on for her very first live. And it's Mountain Gal Creations. Don't make her too nervous, so don't ask her no questions. Tina Kelly will be on there, but because Tina Kelly knows everything. But we need to be encouraging. She's going to try and teach us because she is a good designer. Like, she's got some really creative ideas. So it is in our best interest that she does a good live. That way she'll teach us more. So I'm tucking this back down. There we go. That's much better. Pull that nice and tight and then pop it in the hole. Alrighty. That is our body. I'm going to go and start opening up all my poofs. I did decide I'm going to do some poofs here just so the main doesn't have to come from the bottom of the board and lay over like this. So if I make some poofs, I can have the main go right over the top. And I think I'm going to do a few poofs on the outside, almost like a frame. Okay, so we're just going to change it up just a little. So what I'm going to do is these holes on the outside of the board, I'm going to be using just the hole to the outside of the board. I'm trying to do this where you guys can see it. So this is the bottom. I'm going to take my mesh, scrunch it up at the bottom, and I'm just going to do a few poofs right along the edge here. Like I said, so my yarn, when I go to do the main, will sit up. Hello, everybody popping on. We started this beautiful horse, and I'm going to finish it off. Hopefully pretty quickly. I am so tired, you guys. So we're going to continue with our 8-inch poof. This is black fabric mesh. I am on my second roll. So if you're going to do it like I'm doing it, you will need 2 rolls, which isn't too bad. So I'm making poofs along the side, like I said, to pretty much outline the horse. Yes, this is 10-inch fabric mesh. And you'll have to watch part 1 of how I did the body, the head, and the ear. Right now, I'm just going around the side here and doing some poofs, almost like framing it. And I did decide to use clear or white. I think they're more of a clear zip ties. And the zip ties don't really show. So you don't really have to, for this mesh, you don't really have to worry about using black zip ties. So I'm skipping a hole here. I'm just, like I said, I'm just framing the outside here of the horse. Did you guys watch Carrie Marie's design? Oh my God. If you didn't see her live, it was her very first live, Mountain Gal Creations. It was stunning. And she did super fabulous for her first live. So proud of her. Come here. And one more right here. So I've kind of skipped. So these are 8-inch poofs. All throughout is just 8-inch poofs. And I skipped every other hole. And now I'm just kind of framing it. And then we'll do the mane. And then the bridle and everything. I might do a little poof here. I'm just adding, wherever I need a poof, I'll just add it. I need one more little here just to go across the ear here. There, that looks good. Perfect. I know you guys just see a kind of a black blob. The fabric mesh is great. It's good coverage. It was super gorgeous. All right, cut this off. And there we go. Just open these up just halfway. Oh, thanks, Catherine. I'm just doing a basic, easy to throw together horse. Now there's, I haven't done a horse in over 2 years, so there is all kinds floating around. I'm just doing a basic one with just Deco mesh. I've done some with yarn. I've done some with, there we go, with landscaping fabric. I've done with feather boas. I've done them all. Now, I think I still have over a half a roll of this. I think I'm going to do the same thing on the inner part. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to frame it again. So what I'm using, when you've seen that I, from part one, I'm going to frame what I just did on the outside here. I'm going to do on the inside, just because I have mesh left. And I'm going to make this as full as I possibly can. So I'm going to use this hole to the outside of the board, this hole to the outside of the board, and skipping these bottom holes. I'll just use the top ones and just make poofs on the inside just to make it a little fuller, and it'll push these ones in. I think it'll look really cool. So we're using the bottom. Again, I'm just going to scrunch up the mesh, trim this up a bit. Whew, I'm tired. Oh, thanks, Nadia. It will be really pretty when I'm finished. I'm keeping it pretty simple. You know, you can go crazy on the mane and the bridle and make it really super, super fabulous and over the top. I like simple. I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. Okay, so what I'm doing, like I said, I'm just going to do little loops, kind of frame the inside here. So I'm going the top of this set of holes just to the outside of the board. I'm going to do another 8-inch poof. So where I've poofed it, where my hand is where I'm going and putting the mesh down and the zip tie around. So this is going to be pretty full. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Again, going to the, skipping the bottom hole, going to the next one. I apologize. I know you probably can't see it, especially because I'm using black. But it's just 8-inch poofs. Catherine, you'll have to watch part 1. And right near the end, you'll see how I made the ear. It's just the Gerbera petal. So it's not super hard or anything. So if you want to do it like mine, you're going to need 2 rolls. And I'm going to reiterate from my live earlier from part 1. When you do this method, you want to use a good covering mesh. You don't want to use a value mesh or anything that's really, really see-through. So I really highly recommend a fabric mesh if you're going to do a horse with these poofs. Okay. You did fabulous, Carrie. The design was just spectacular. And then we're going to be using a fur yarn. Oh, I like that so much better. And one more poof and we'll be, actually, maybe I'll keep going up the bottom. How much mesh do I have left? Yeah, maybe I will, because I'll end up just having this mesh kick around anyway, so. What am I doing here? Trying to get into the corner, right where the neck is here. You're adding more to it? What are you adding to it, girl? It was stunning when you were finished. Oh my gosh. The colors were just wow. All right, let's cut these tails off. Now, you can see older videos of my horses, different ways I've done them. Like I've used boas, like I said, feather boas from the dollar store. They make a cool mane. I've used Deco mesh for the mane. But I'm really loving this fur yarn that I'm going to use on here. I think it's going to look absolutely fabulous. I'm going to just do a couple poofs going along the bottom here, and we'll be done. Don't need anything at the top because the poofs are perfect. And I'll use up almost all of this mesh. So this will be, this is the second roll. So where I'm going, again, I'm just framing it. So I'm using this to the outside of the board and framing it. And one more. And we're done poofs. We can start on the main. Actually, maybe I'll use Valentine ribbon and do a Valentine horse. Because I'm going to use for the bridle, I'm just going to use ribbon. So you can use whatever ribbon you want. And I have this cute black, red, and white Valentine ribbon. I think it would look cool. All right, we're done. Let's cut this off. So this is the yarn I am going to be using. I know it's getting bigger and bigger. Well, I hate having little rolls of mesh around, and I wanted to frame it. So when I put I don't know what that thing's called, the bridle, it'll bring it up a little bit. I like it nice and full. Okay, so now on the back, I'll show you. There are holes. Now I did use some of the holes for some of these poofs. We're going to use these holes for the mane as well, okay? And we're going to use this yarn at the bottom and work our way up so it layers this way. So the bottom, I'm going to be doing on my Measure Buddy 13 inches, okay? So I'm going to pull out number 1, bring it down to 13, take my yarn, and I'm going to wrap it around 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's probably too much, but we'll see. Slide it off. And I'm going to put the middle right. Fold it in half so I can find the middle. So that's the middle right there. I'm just going to put it right on the middle of my zip tie and go wrap it around. Okay. I'm going to cut these loops. It's pretty thick. I don't know if I need it 6 times, maybe 5 times around. All right, so now we're going to go to the next one, which is right here. Inches for here. This one's fine because it can stay even with the bottom. So I'm going to pull that out to 14 and then this one to 15. So if you're not familiar with the Measure Buddy, the full arm of number 1 pulls right out to 14, and then I pulled just 1 increment on number 2 to 15. And so from here to here is 15 inches. I think that should be long enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide it off. Find the half. Oh yes, much better. Much better. So that was 15 inches there. I think because they have the poofs there, it's got to be a little bit longer to go over the poofs. I'll cut the loops in a bit. Okay, I'm going to do here, I'm going to do 15 inches again. Happy birthday, Judy. Hey, friends. You caught me live, Barbara Craft. Barbara Craft. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can figure out a good length for your thing. Like this is really big, the poofs. If you use 7 inches poofs, you won't have to go as high up on the poofs with the yarn. I don't know, that didn't make sense. Okay, we'll get this all on and then we will cut our loops and get everything the way it's supposed to. Okay, one more at 15 inches. So 5 times around, complete round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is so soft. I need my mom to make me a blanket with this stuff. Okay, we're up this one right here. I'm going to go a little smaller. Actually, no, I won't. I still have lots left. This is one roll or one ball, one skein, whatever it's called. 1, 2, 3, 4. You loving the development? Yeah, I'm just kind of doing my thing as I go along here. Kind of mad scientist. My zip tie keeps twisting here. There we go. It keeps detouring to some other group. Really? Well, that's weird. Okay, one more up here, and we are done the side here. Okay. Hello. Really, Joanne? That's weird. So I'm just going to kind of rake these and find the loops, cut the loops. And then we will do the bridle. Now you can add, if you have lots of yarn, you can add much more to the mane. It's totally up to you. Like I said in part 1, I am just doing the very basic for all our beginners to start their first horse. So I do have other tutorials that are a little bit more complex and take a little more time. And you can find those on my YouTube channel. But this one is pretty easy. It's poofs. Stick a poof wherever there's a spot that you need to cover. That's pretty much what I did. And then the yarn. So you can add as much yarn as you need. What did I do here? Okay. That's pretty. So when you hang the horse, you kind of bring the yarn and the mane of the yarn kind of forward like this. And I'm going to put some bangs here. The bridle is going to go from here to here, so I don't need fur there. And we could always add more when they're falling. So that's how you do the mane. And like I said, you can add a lot more if you can do pine picks. You can add berries if you want to do a Christmas horse. Like, this is very basic design on the horse. If you want to step it up, you most definitely there you can put some snowflakes. Add snowflakes. We're going to add. You can add there's just so much things you can do. I'm going to keep it simple. I think I'm going to use this really cute ribbon. I'm kind of over Christmas right now, so look at this adorable Valentine ribbon. It's got glittered hearts and stripes on it, and that's what I'm going to use for the bridle. I think that's going to look cute, right? So there's a few other ways I've done a bridle. I braided tulle. I've used rope. There's all kinds of things. Like I said, I'm keeping it simple. I am using 1.5 inch ribbon. So if you have a really pretty ribbon that you want to display on your horse, the bridle is the perfect place for it. Yeah, I do have a pine horse. I did it a long time ago. I didn't really open these poofs very good, but you guys get the gist. Okay, so what we want to do is we need ribbon pieces to go around here. One to go around here. Is it? Yeah, one to go around here. I have to look at my horse again. So one is here. Oh, and then one goes here, and then one goes here. Yep. So let's cut our pieces. So every horse will be a different size depending on how big your poofs are, right? So you just we're just going to loosely, not tight. You don't want to bring it straight down like this. We're going to loosely go around his snout here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be just gluing them on the back of the board here. So there's that one. All right. And then I have one that's going to go from under his chin to the behind his ear. Again, we're going to just do it loosely. Okay. And then that one. And then you get a piece that goes from here. So I'm going to tuck that under to here. And we'll glue that. Is it starting to look like a horse? Trust the process, my friends. Trust the process. All right. And then we need the one that goes down. What's that called? I'm not a horse person. I'm sorry, guys. You know, the one that goes down. The one you say giddy up. I love this ribbon. Look how cute this is. You would even be able, you could use this for anything, not even just Valentine's Day horse. It's super cute. And I think I have a couple bling. Let me see. Let's bling him up. Look at that. I'm going to go get a bigger one. This one's perfect. This is a bling brooch I get from Totally Dazzled online. I think it's totallydazzled.com. The reins. Thank you. Ooh. That is going to be gorgeous. Yes, they do have beautiful bling, and it's quite cheap. Okay, so we got our pieces. Oh, I have to make while the glue gun is heating up, we have to make his bangs. So we're going to use the holes at the top here. So there's already a zip tie there. We're going to go there. And we'll put some more yarn. I'll just do 10 inches. We'll see. 10 inches should be fine. Yes, Totally Dazzled has amazing stuff for bling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it in 5s. This is pretty big too, guys, so make sure you have a big space for making this horse. So yarn and Deco mesh and some ribbon. Not hard. Oh, one more loop. Now we can trim his bangs. I do not put eyes on my horses. The eyes kind of freak me out when I put an eye on my horse, so I don't do it. And I'm going to put another set. right here. So I used one small skein of this, and this is just a tiny one. This is only 1.7 ounce, 50 grams, 25 yards. This is 25-yard rule. It's quite, it's small. So you don't need a lot of it. Okay, I'm going to pull this back so it doesn't get in the way of, I got fur, everything, get in the way of putting our ribbons on. All right, let's glue our ribbons on. This one is probably here. What's the longest one? Okay, that one's there. This one is this one. This one is this one. This one is this one. And then this goes like this. Alrighty. Does that look right? Well, once I glue it. Yep, I think it does. So I'm going to put glue right between the two rows here, just right on the edge here. And again, we're not going to pull this ribbon tight because I don't want to squish it. Put a clothespin. No, that's not going to work. It's too thick, too big. We'll just hold it. Oh, he's going to be super pretty. He's going to be super pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go with this one. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on the board. Put our ribbon. Again, I'm using 1.5 inch ribbon. Hi, Tom. How are you, friend? I'm also going to put a little bit of glue behind the ear to keep it in place. It is zip tied already to the board, but I'm going to glue it so it doesn't move. Awesome. Good to hear, Tom. We're making a horse, if you couldn't tell already. Oh, I put the hearts upside down. Quickly, quickly. Ah, got it. If you're using directional ribbon, make sure. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Nobody caught it. Try that again. Hello, everybody. You guys are quiet tonight. So quiet. There, that's better. Yeah, right? What not to do, exactly. Make sure, because I'm using directionally, make sure my hearts are going the right way. So now I'm just going to put some glue on my ribbon and just, now I can use a clothespin to hold it. Okay. Yeah, don't tell the directional warning. Right, Carrie? That's funny. Now, I hope I didn't scare you guys with doing a horse, because this is, like I said, I've never done it this way before. So it is kind of my mad scientist here. But I think I really like it. Especially it doesn't take long, and it's not really expensive to make. And I just thought of this because I am using like Valentine ribbon. If you are a horse person and you're going to have your horse wreath up all year long, you can change out the ribbon for the bridle and everything to the season, right? So that would be really cool. Or even if your customer buys a horse wreath, maybe you can offer them to, bring it back, and in the spring put a nice like a ribbon with daisies and stuff on it for the spring, and then maybe in the summer one with, I don't know, flip flops or something. I don't know, but it's just an idea. All right, and we're gonna do the same for here. Just tuck it under. And just move my clothespin. I love this ribbon. And then we'll put her bling. Now you can put glue under the ribbon so the ribbon doesn't move and stuff. However, if you want to change out your ribbon, I would not suggest gluing underneath the ribbon, because it'll pull on your mesh. If you want to change out your ribbon, all you have to do is pull here, right, to change out the ribbon. So, right, Evie, you got to trust the process. It's a process. Nothing ever looks good until you're actually done. So I'm going to take this, and I'm right at the corner. I'm just going to glue. Now you can put this wherever you want. I always bring it down the side and just glue it at the corner here. So again, you can tuck it. Oops. Tuck it behind. Just glue on the board. Oops. It is pretty ribbon. Did I do the hearts right? I did. Okay. I changed it last second. I was going to do Christmas, and then I thought, you know what? I'm so over Christmas right at the moment. Let's do some Valentine's. Uh-oh. Here she is. The directional marshal. Nope, that won't work. That won't work. That's okay. It's on there. Okay. We are almost done. And like I said, I'm keeping it very, very basic. You can zhuzh it up as much as you want. Put picks in the main, you know, all kinds of stuff. I'm keeping it basic. I'm going to take this beautiful brooch and I am going to just go through the ribbon. Look at that. I might have to put a dab of glue behind there because it's kind of heavy. So just put a little bit. Just like that. Ooh, that really makes it. And once I put it on the door and I can fix all its main because when you hang it up and the main falls properly. I could take a picture. Now you can add a bow over here if you want. There's some loops I have to cut here. I think he turned out really pretty. What do you guys think? You could put a small piece for the bit. I'm not sure what that means, honestly. But okay. Now I still have to cut all the loops here, but that's okay. All right. And now we're just going to put a hanger on. I am going to trim his bangs more when he's standing up. Actually, when I hold it up. Okay. And I'm going to go from here. Now we want him, I put the hanging holes kind of at an angle. So when you hang the horse, it's not straight on. It's kind of with his head down. So I'm going to put here to here. That's going to be my hanger. And then we're going to put a little glue behind his ear. This zip tie is not tight enough. That's what the problem is. There we go. So that's the hanger. And I'm just going to fold the ear just back just a little, and where I'm putting some glue is just right there. Even though it's zip tied, I want to make sure it stays straight on. And there we go. We have a beautiful Deco mesh horse with black fabric mesh. ribbon and a small little skein of yarn. Hello, hello. What would be cute? Going over the muzzle or near the nose. Oh, like right here? So you would put a nut. Oh, I see. I have small. Maybe I'll go find a really small one and I'll put it there. Anyways, I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to, put little touches on it, but I'm getting a little tired, so I will trim his hair and all that stuff and make him beautiful. Put all his hair forward when I take his picture. Bring it all to the front. See, you got to trust the process, my friends. There we go. What do you guys think? Oh, I definitely have to trim his bangs. You can't see. I have to fix his bangs. Something funky went wrong there, but there's a hot mess there. There we go. Maybe I should go from here. Anyways, you guys got the gist of it. He's cute, except for his bump on his head here. We'll fix that. No, I never do an eyeball. That's not an eyeball. I hope you realize that's not an eyeball. That's his bling. Look how pretty that is. Totally dazzled. Ribbon. Fur yarn. You can get that Michael's, Hobby Lobby. All the craft stores have this fur yarn now. It's nice and soft and it's quite realistic. And then black Deco mesh, which I have to fix the poofs, but we'll get her fixed up. So like I said, you can change out the ribbons. So in the spring, change it to some daisy ribbons or something. Oh, thanks, Mom. All right, guys. So, and there's the back. That is the back. So you can see I just did poofs. We'll fix his hair at the front here and everything. But you can see at the back, I did every other on each row. And then we went up the sides. And then this is where I made those extra poofs. And at the bottom as well. Just to fill it out more. And I think he looks fabulous. He looks fabulous. He's nice and full. He's a fat horse. So he's pretty big. There's the corner of him right there. Alrighty. Oh, thanks, Catherine. But I still want to see yours. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful rest of your night. And we will all, I know I love how it turned out too. I'll fix it in the morning. We'll get his hair going the right way once I get his picture done and everything. So, okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hey, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great night. Love you all. Bye.